I don't want nobody be touching this boy.
You don't own this house. You ain't hardly ever here, so don't tell us what to do.
Yeah, whatever. Just don't nobody better touch this boy.
After the shooting, Fresh is brokenhearted and very angry. He meets his father, Samuel L. Jackson, for a game of chess and gets some hard advice.
I play my opponent. If he likes to attack, I force him to defend himself. If he's a cautious man, I draw him into dangerous water. See, you get so frustrated playing defensive positions, you make stupid moves you never make if you were thinking.
You've heard me speak about the movie Fresh before. It's simply one of the best movies I've ever seen. And you can hear Siskel and Ebert raving about how good a movie it is 30 years ago. The premise of the movie is that it's a young boy who is in a very difficult situation and he's managing all the pieces as if he's playing a chess game. As a person who plays chess on a morning basis, at least, when you go to the water closet and you have a few minutes, I go through the exercises or the puzzles. And one of the challenging things about chess is that it teaches you that you have to value certain pieces, and at times you have to give up a piece that is very valuable in order to set up something down the road. And what is the hardest part about playing chess for me? It is how much should you value your pieces, and specifically the queen. Because I know one of the biggest mistakes I make in my exercises in chess is overvaluing the queen. Almost to the point where I look for a worse move because I think so highly of the value of the queen that I put myself in a worse position. It's simply one of the most difficult lessons to learn in chess. How much to value your queen and not to overvalue.
You gonna sit in the back seat today? You need to get out. I'm not sitting in the back seat.
My mom is coming, so I ain't gonna lie, you gonna have to get in bed. My mom is coming, so I ain't gonna lie, you gonna have to get in bed.
Speaking metaphorically of quote-unquote sacrificing the queen, I'm not saying that something drastic needs to happen in a situation like this. It's just simply, hey mom, listen, I'm the man here, I'm the king, I'm the one that's calling the shots, you gotta sit in the back seat today, mom. For us as black men, that is a very difficult task. That is a very tall task. If you look at what's happening in China, they'll very quickly say, hey, listen, I'm the big dog here. I'm the one that's doing X, Y, and Z. If you don't want to play by my rules, you got to bounce. But for us as black men, it's deeply ingrained in us. I would say that I escaped a little bit of this, unfortunately, because my mother passed when I was very young. So a great deal of my life, I was not really dealing with the idea that my mother had to come first before anyone that I dated. But for the guys that are lucky enough to have their mother with us, that is an issue you have to deal with. And we can't pretend that what's happening here is a rare occurrence, because quite frequently, the quote unquote queen calls the shots and does what she wants.
I ain't got time for it. Mother don't know who she messing with.
I just don't want to have to clean up a mess.
You ain't gonna have to clean up no mess. What mess is you gonna clean up and it's all in a bag?
And people be dropping stuff and they be
okay,
eating.
Well, I'm not a little child. I'm a grown ass woman. Just drive. I just want to get home. That's it. Girl, how much you pay for this ride anyway? $50. Oh, yeah, I'm getting my money worth out of this ride. You know who you think she talking to? But I'm sure we just here eat my chicken her because she going to just be one mad one. You doing?
If you keep talking, I'm going to end the ride.
Well, go ahead and end the ride. I don't get away.
Can you chill so she don't end the ride? I'm trying to get home.
Okay, we going to get home. She ain't going to end the ride. We right here by the house. I'm going to end the ride.
I can end it. I'm going to end it. Keep talking.
Well, you ain't ended it yet. You ain't ended it yet. You steady driving.
Keep talking.
I'm gonna keep talking.
You gonna ride by the house.
You gonna get out.
You gonna get my money back. I know that much.
And
I ain't getting out there because my money hit my card.
I don't want nobody be touching this boy.
You don't own this house. You ain't hardly ever here, so don't tell us what to do.
Yeah, whatever. Just don't nobody better touch this boy.
These days, there's a lot of talk about setting boundaries, or at least, especially from a lot of female content creators, and it's kind of a normal thing, and it's a good thing for women to set boundaries. In this particular case, you can see by the way he's looking at the camera, he would like to, quote unquote, take charge, or better yet, set some boundaries because he knows he's being recorded. But instead of standing up and saying, hey, listen, this behavior is beyond the pale, put the chips down and wait till we get out of the car, he doesn't feel he has the power to say that. Instead, pay attention to his movements, because not only is he embarrassed, but there's something inside of him that wants to do something, and he's holding himself back.
Anyway. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get my money worked out this ride. You know who think she talking to? But I'm sure we just here eat my chicken her cause she gonna just be one man.
You see his eyes right there as they look down. He wants to do something. There's something inside of him telling him, hey, you got to do something here. And instead, he's trying to fight that emotion.
If you keep talking, I'm gonna end the ride.
Well, go ahead and end the ride. I don't get away.
Hands over the face.
I'm trying to get home.
Okay, we gonna get home.
Now here, he's about to try and push back a little bit, but you can tell that even here, he still is holding himself back.
I'm gonna re-end the ride.
I can end it. I'm gonna end it. Keep talking.
Well, you ain't ended it yet. You ain't ended it yet. You steady
Keep
driving.
talking.
I'm gonna keep talking.
You gonna ride by the
I'm
house,
ending, you
but
gonna get out.
You gonna get my money
in
back.
the
I know
ride, you
that
gonna
much.
get out
And
the
I ain't
car.
getting out there cause my money hit my card.
Chess ain't fun, boy. How many times I gotta tell you that? Don't you listen to a word I say?
Maybe if I seen you more.
Well, you don't. So you be well served to retain some of the knowledge I'm imparting to you rather than giving me all your hard-ass street attitude.
And for a woman to mama to actually come up as status because you that ain't your wife, and until you that's your wife, my place is next to my son, which for the skit is fine. But the thing is, well, when I read the comment section, 90% of people agree with it and blow past mama's attitude and say that men should give their mama a place of honor over their love interest. Now, if the girl in question, the woman in question, wants to agree with the order of things and get in the back seat, she should have done it automatically. The matriarch, well, the thing is, if it's a patriarch, then that woman has no right to speak up. She needs to go to her son or her husband, whoever it is, and discuss it with him and let him make the ruling.
It's interesting that there's so much talk about patriarchy, because living in a country like I'm living in, I've actually seen what patriarchy looks like. As a matter of fact, I live on a street where pretty much every day there is a man walking down the street and his wife walks literally 5-6 feet behind him every single day. That's patriarchy. What we're seeing, what we grew up with, is nothing close to that. So when people talk about the patriarchy and all of the things that are going on, we did not grow up in anything close to that kind of reverence for patriarchy. So you can see that instead, what, in my opinion, is happening is that we're being, in a way, gaslit, and me to a lesser extent, because I unfortunately didn't grow up with a mother in my life for a long time, so I kind of figured things out as I went. But if you're growing up with people saying you're being patriarch when you're bending over backwards to be accommodating, then really you're just being manipulated. And that's exactly what BGS is speaking about here.
That didn't happen. He was told what to do. She was told what to do. And then he had to follow it. That's why he said it underneath his breath, because he was embarrassed. His mama shamed him and embarrassed him in front of his love interest. Then told her it wasn't no big deal and treated her just like she was 5 years old instead of a grown adult that's sleeping or whatever she's doing with her boyfriend.
I think in order to learn how to, quote unquote, sacrifice the queen in metaphorically speaking terms, what we really have to get used to, especially as black men, or should I say black men that have been told to be the nice guy, the good guy, the dude that's holding doors open, is we got to embrace the bad guy in us.
Yeah. So everybody's playing the game. It's just for your personal consumption.
So how about this, Cam? Yes. We all playing the game. But brother, you understand as we get older, we can't play the game no more. We got to stand on something. We can't play the game. We can't worry about being accepted. As we get older, and it's gonna come to you. It's gonna come to you because I see it in you. I'm looking at you, bro. This ain't nothing phony, man. There's morality in you. As you get older, you're not gonna be able to smile things off. You're gonna be like, be mad at me. Be mad at me. I don't care who mad at me.
As a growing number of black men are looking to become expats, Passport Bros, Blue Book Gentlemen, the list goes on. I think as a person who's been an expat for almost half my life now, the biggest obstacle waiting for the majority of black men is not an outside external one. It's an internal one. And specifically, it is, how do we value the quote unquote queen or queens in our lives? On one end, it could be our mother or the matriarchs in our family, but on the other end, it could simply be the woman that you've chosen to have in your life. If you make that woman your queen, your end all be all, the same way you would see in the videos posted in this particular video, then the outcome is clear. You're going to put her on a pedestal, and she may not even know how to function in that role. But the case remains, you don't know the proper use of your queen.
Every time you make a good run at me, I just threaten your queen and back you go. You're treating her like she's the last lady on earth. Your queen is just a pawn with a lot of fancy moves, nothing more. When you see you playing a man who feels naked without his lady, use her. Jump in there and take her. Tease her, threaten her, and he won't be able to think about his game anymore. That's when you make your real move.
Salute to Sergeant Willie Pete for posting pictures like these, because the imagery may seem like a joke or it seems like he's doing it in jest, but there is some truth to this. And a lot of black men specifically are taking this imagery, this idea of what they want from a woman abroad. And what I mean by what they want from a woman is that they're looking for a queen. And the truth is, there's nothing wrong with having a queen on your side. As a matter of fact, life is better with a queen. But if you have a queen on your chessboard, on your side, and the queen is doing whatever she wants and you have no control over the queen, who's going to win that game? I think is pertinent for any man that's grown to spend a little time trying to play chess for no other reason than just that there are times where you have to give up something that you don't want to give up for something that you want in the end, ultimately, which is to win. And there are times when learning chess, you have to give up your queen, the most powerful piece on the board, in order to win the game. And it's not to say that you don't care for the queen or you're not taking care of the queen, but if the queen is not working for the good of the team, sometimes you might have to sacrifice her to win the game. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.